Dave, I feel like deja vu.
A little bit.
A little bit. So we just recorded this whole thing on mute. So we're doing it again. But what we're going to do is, because this set is...
Not a great set.
It's not a great set.
Yeah.
We're hoping... You don't know the final score yet.
I do not know the
All
final
you can do is hope that it's better than the black and white base set.
Which is a low bar.
Which is a very low bar.
So, hopefully.
Okay. Well, let's just dive right into it. We're going to do the average first. And we're starting with this Pan Sage. Fine.
Yeah.
You stop me if there's something that you particularly like.
Not really.
No. This one, you did say...
Boy band style.
Boy band
pose.
Yeah, definitely. Swaddle, nice background.
This one's kind of pretty, but it's not really doing much.
Yeah. Very, very simple. You quite like this one?
I did like
style?
this one. I love how grumpy and gloomy it looks. It's me to the T.
You're the happy, optimistic one. I'm the grumpy, gloomy one. Leave Annie.
It's a nice drawing. It's just very simple, right? It's not doing much else.
Yeah, agreed. Cottony.
I like the colours.
Yeah, they're too simple. Another Cottony.
It's floating this time.
Yeah, and also nice colours in a different way. Petalil?
This one's different. I like the style. I think it works quite well for this Pokemon.
See, I thoroughly dislike this card, but I agree with everything you said.
Okay.
It does suit the style.
Still an average card.
Yes, it's not going anywhere. Swordsbark, nice colours.
I don't mind this one. I think it's like a high tier average.
High tier. Okay. I actually agree with that. Pansear.
No.
It's just so boring, so dull.
It's a nice little drawing of the Pokemon, but the pose is awkward. And why is it just posing in front of the stairs?
I can't tell you. Simisear.
I like the detail in this one. The fire. Look at the fire under the head, right? That is very nice.
More interesting.
But
not going anywhere.
Or he's going somewhere.
He is, yes, for the card itself. Darumaka.
You didn't like this one. I quite like this one.
Yes.
Because I like how cute it is.
Yes, it is cute. I will grant you that. One of only, as you pointed out, 4 fire cards.
Only 4 in this set. Which is very small.
Yeah. Basculin.
We both really like the detail in this card, but I think the Pokemon itself really lets it down.
Agreed.
Like, it's just not doing anything.
It's actually probably very difficult for a fish to stay stationary.
No, actually they can.
Can they?
Yeah.
I suppose they do hover a bit.
Yeah.
Swanna. Yeah, moving on to Cubchoo, which we established what's coming out of its nose, Dave? Snot.
Which it uses to power for its moves.
Yeah, which is weird and gross. I don't know if that puts me off this Pokemon and hence the card. I don't know if there's some subjectivity that comes into it. But I will say I like the background and the style of this, generally.
I mean, we have children. We should be used to Snot by now.
Yeah, I very much am. Oh, no, I am.
Oh, you are?
Oh, yeah. It's constant. Because your daughter is older than my boys. So
yes.
She probably has it less.
That's true. She can actually blow her own nose decently now.
That's good. Cubchoo.
Yeah. Pretty cute, but just sitting there.
So if my child used a tissue on their face like this, they just wipe it across their face.
Just smear it over.
That's it. Beartic?
Be Arctic.
Yeah, that's fine. The background doesn't do much. Emolga.
Emolga.
Yeah. It's fine. Background is boring. Very boring.
Yeah.
Could be better. Joltik. Nice leaves.
Yeah, the leaves are great.
Problem when that's what you're saying about
beautiful.
A non-leafy Pokemon. Thunderous.
I don't like. Yeah, I don't get the one of those tiles.
I really thought this would be a game thing that you would, because I wanted the same. Because we saw it last week as well with Reshiram and Zekrom.
Okay, this is going back a long time ago, so my memory is pretty much non-existent.
12 years? Nearly 13.
Probably. So I don't quite remember if this had anything to do with the game, to be honest.
Alright, we'll never know.
This just doesn't make any sense.
I can't help
It should
you.
be an outdoor Pokemon.
Yeah, it really should, agreed. Woobat.
Woo. But not really woo.
No, it's boring. Swoobat.
Not swooning over this one.
Yeah, just very simple. Venipede. It's okay. It's a nice detail, but for colours, the background is... Gothita.
Mhm.
This was one of 3 nominees for Professor Oak's Research
Correct.
Award for the worst card of the set.
Yes.
We'll find out what the winner was.
Yeah.
What the winner was after. Gothorita.
This one's actually quite pretty.
Yeah,
But again, like,
just liking something.
yeah, like you don't really know what the context is behind it.
Yeah, could be good, but just isn't. And Gothitelle.
Again, nothing wrong with this one. It's just a good average card,
Yeah,
essentially.
it's fine. That's an interesting way, but a fair way to put it. Rock and Roller.
I love the details in this one. The style actually works quite well. Maybe I have a second thought. No, it's okay.
Still average. This Rock and Roller was another nominee for the Professor Oak's
Yeah.
Research Award.
For me, it was more like, is it mid-fall? Is it mid-jump? Like, what is the idea behind it? Why is it just floating in the air kind of thing?
This reminds me of, is it Mega Man from the bomb? The walking bomb? Like, was that in Toad? Was it maybe? I can't remember. There's something which basically looks like a bomb with legs. It's from Mario, isn't it?
Yeah, Mario, yeah.
Yeah, Mario.
The bomb that's walking around. Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. Baldor.
I like the detail in the crack.
That's the only thing that's likable about this card, I think. And I agree with you. Baldor, again.
Very low tier average.
Yes.
Borderline
Bad. Gigalith.
Nothing going on.
No, and as we discussed the first time we recorded this has a pre-release version,
Yes.
which is different because instead of saying pre-release now with gold stamp, which I really liked, it has the set logo on it.
I don't know, I kind of like the old school pre-release stamp.
Ditto.
It makes it more like exclusive.
Agreed. Drillbur.
Oh, this one has its...
It's like claws out as well.
Yeah. I didn't realize that.
Don't mind this one.
Very brown.
Just very brown.
Yeah.
Too brown.
Very mono colour.
Excadrill. See, the background hollow at least works here. It ties in with the colours.
Yes, brown.
Yes. A bit of gold, like, shading in there.
Yeah.
But still, the pose is non-existent, very boring. So, we move on to Sandile, where the background is nice.
The background is very nice.
But
and
not nice enough.
I know it's like, you know how like when dogs poop and then they just kind of like...
Kick it? Yeah.
It's kind of doing that.
Agreed. And then next up is this Crocorock, very similar.
I'm not impressed that he just did a poo in front of it.
Yeah. Only it tied in perfectly. Oh well. Either way, they are both staying in average. This Purloin.
As I think, well, obviously for your for the viewers' sake, I mentioned that I think this was in the McDonald's set,
Which we need to check.
but we need to check. But it looks very familiar,
Gotcha. Lipard.
very regal looking. Actually, this one's quite pretty, but I think it's just other than being very pretty, it's not doing much else.
Yeah, and the background does not help it at all.
Yeah,
Zorua.
angry,
Angry and running. Background just dull.
good enough.
This Ferroseed, we both quite liked.
Yeah, the shading, the detail style really works for this Pokemon, I think.
Even though it's doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Which
Is why it's an average, because it's not doing anything. Then it's not. There's no story to it too. It's just there.
I feel bad, but yes, it does.
Yeah. Like if we judge it on the illustration itself,
it would be.
good. Yeah, it would be good.
I dislike this Ferroseed.
You
Another
did.
one of the nominees for the Professor Oak's Research Award.
Yes, you really did dislike this one.
Yeah, I had this in bad initially. They've uploaded it.
I have.
So okay,
Because it's just an average card.
fair enough. Ferrothorn.
This one's nice. I like how it's shown the different lighting, where it's like half in the cave and you see the light at the end of the tunnel. So that's nice.
Agreed, 100%. And we move on to Clink. Not a fan. No.
The background saves it. In a sense.
In a
Okay,
sense.
remove the colours of the background and you have that clink in the middle of the frame.
And there's nothing happening. But I'm sure there will be a good Clink and Clang card coming up at some point. One of the sets. It's not this set. This is the Clang, which is the same, has the same problem. Alas. To Patrat.
Very similar to last week's one, but just not.
Less of a pose.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Watchub, you quite like this.
I did. I like how it's like the stripes are glowing to kind of resemble the safety vest kind of thing, which is pretty cool.
I see the stripes are glowing, but the card itself, the background, the darkness. I get it's supposed to be in the dark forest.
And the light. And it's
can't get
I like it. It's framed well.
Tranquil. See, I like this, funnily enough, but I get it's simple. It's nothing spectacular. So it stays in
it's
average.
Decent.
It's unpheasant.
Also decent. Quite this makes me think of old school classic Australian painters. Yeah?
So funny in my head just now. I was thinking this is something I would expect to see on my grandmother's wall back from the 70s or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. We're on the same page there. Nice background.
Yes.
That's
nice drawing of the Pokemon or Dino.
That's just still out, but just decent but not good. Minchino.
It's adorable, but it's not. Well, it's just frolicking on the grass.
Nothing's happened. The background is also very
very dreamy.
Yeah, doesn't save it. Chinchino?
Yeah, not that much better.
No. Rufflet.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine, yeah, exactly.
Another Rufflet, which I don't mind, but you are not a fan of.
Take away the background. You have a typical Ken Sugimori style drawing of a Pokemon on the background.
Yeah, this is true. Can't argue with that. Tornadus.
Again, not a fan, but at least the shininess and the colour of this holo gives it a bit more compared to the other one.
Way better, but only a little bit because it's very average still. It's a strange one, don't ask me. The trainers, Bianca.
Nothing wrong with these, they're just very okay drawings.
Sharon, she's pensive, draw 3 cards, sure. Crushing Hammer. It's a hammer, just crush something up. Great ball.
I don't mind this one.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's still okay.
There's nothing bad about them, there's nothing good about them either. Max Potion.
I like the colours on this one.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Pokemon Catcher. You'll see a fair bit of this as I said in the next few sets.
Okay.
Right throughout this black and white series, and then recycle.
Yeah, it's a nice, different interpretation of a recycling.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay. We move on to the good.
They're good.
And we have Sawaddle.
It's cute. The leaves, the details, the colours are nice. Yeah.
Easy. Swadloon, we both quite like this one.
I mean, look at it. Look at these little, how they've done the lighting and the brightness and the darkness over here. That's
good detail.
I love it. I love this card.
Even though it's simple, like the pose, it works.
Still just sitting there, but everything ties in so nice.
Yes, agreed. Leaveney. So this I originally had an average and you moved up.
I think there's enough detail on the Pokemon itself and on the background. Everything ties in quite nicely, like the shading, the darkness of the background where the sun doesn't hit.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty
I do see
smart.
That, actually, right.
It's quite smart.
Okay. Whimsicott. Another one you moved up. Like the style.
A little simple in terms of it is just sitting or floating there, but overall the colours, the style itself, they're blending quite nicely.
Can't disagree with that one. Another Whimsicott. So this one you liked. I had an average and I would have kept there.
Oh, yeah?
I think so, yeah.
I think there's just enough going on around it that gives it a bit more interest.
Yes.
If it was, 100%, you minus the wind and the leaves and the flowers, it'll be an average card.
Okay. Right. I can live with that one. This Lilligant. I'm glad this was an average initially. You did move this up and I'm glad you did.
It's very pretty. Look at the little detail in the under the leg as well, the toe, the feet.
Yes. Nice little ripple effect.
Yeah, very pretty. Doing a move, well drawn.
This dealing was one of the nominees for the Codgers Award for the best. The Codgers, yes, another band name that isn't a real band. Yes, so this is one of them.
Very pretty.
Very pretty, agreed. This Verizion, not Verizon. It's not a phone company, telecoms company.
We are not sponsored by Verizon. We don't have Verizon here.
We don't have sponsors. So, thoughts?
I think it's good enough to be good. It's framed quite nicely, even though we're not a big fan of cut-off cards. But I think in terms of how it's laid out and the colours, It works.
Okay, good. Dalmatian.
Yeah, I like it.
The details in the leaves. This
The
is my
details, the depth as well.
yeah.
It's a very cool drawing.
Easy. Pampor. Some nice colours.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little story.
Doing something exactly, yeah. Very nice.
Stuff is happening.
Yeah.
Simipour.
So different in styles, right?
Yes.
But I think this one works really nicely as well. I mean, like, it's a simple, but there is still detail in the drawing, and it works.
Yeah, no, 100%. Basculin. Much better.
Doing something,
Yeah.
right? And the details in the water, the splash, everything. Well done.
The framing as well, I think just works with this one. Ducklet. It's cute.
We can say it's simple.
It is.
But it's simple, but it works,
yes.
right? And it's very blue as well. The
So
Pokemon blue, the background is blue, the card itself is blue. But it's drawn really nicely and got the little details in there. It's doing something.
Yeah.
Ticks
Happy with
boxes.
Beartic.
Yeah. So this one, we both commented on the pose. It's a little awkward,
Yeah.
but it's actually really well drawn in terms of the detail, the colours, even though it's just white and blue.
There's enough going on.
There's enough going on, exactly. You can feel the sense of the like a snowstorm, right? Sorry, going through.
Yeah. Galvantula.
Yeah. This
So
one's
another one moved up by you.
pretty good colours, well drawn, nice different angle as well.
Yeah.
Framed quite nicely.
Agreed. Wellipede. So you're a big fan, or biggish fan of it?
Yeah, I'm a biggish fan of this one. It's really well drawn. You can feel the speed, the intensity of it. I think they've captured that quite well. We just can't quite figure out what's going on in the background
Yeah.
and the foreground.
I just think it would have, I think they could have improved on this with more context.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Alright. Still a good card.
This Scolipede.
So, you might question why we have it in good. It's because it's a very beautiful drawing.
It's the style, right?
It's a style.
Yeah.
I think simple pose, but done very well.
Yes.
That's the right way to put it, I guess.
Feels like it's painted. This is Kawaii,
Yeah.
one of our new favourite artists through and through. Yeah, it's done well. There's no arguing that. Sigilif?
Sigilif?
Sigilif. I think it's
Sigilif.
Sigilif. Sounds better.
Okay. The wind is what makes this card a good card. And
Yeah.
obviously the drawing itself. Right?
Yeah.
It's good. Good colours, good shading, but minus the wind, it'll be very...
Yes, indeed. And we have another Sigilif. I quite like this. You, not so much.
Not so much. I was on the fence.
I see, for me, this has got the watercolour painting style, particularly see that in the background. Like the colour of the Sigilif itself, nice contrast. So, yeah, for me, it was good enough and good. It's flying as well. It's doing a little
Fair enough.
Gothita,
Another nominee.
another nominee for the Codgers' best non-rare card of the set.
Yep. Pretty colours, well drawn, nice little pose, like mid-dance kind of thing. Yeah, nice.
Gothorita. You moved this up, and
I
rightfully
did.
so.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's, in terms of posing, it's not really posing in a cool way, but it's posing in the way that it's doing its move.
It is,
Makes
definitely.
sense, right? Everything ties in quite nicely. Little glow around it and around the rocks as well.
Yeah, I
On
do love the
point.
glow. Gothitel.
Yeah. I like the drawing of... Is it a drawing? Is it like a 3D model render kind of thing? But the colours in the hollow really add to this card.
That they do.
Yeah. Minus that, it'll be a bit like, okay, I don't know.
Minus that, it's almost very similar to the non-hollow version.
Correct, yeah, you're right.
Drubber.
This one's really happy. I think there's enough in the detail.
The leaves in the corner there.
The
Yes.
angle as well.
And the style, like
Yeah.
it feels a bit almost grainy. Excadrill, another one you moved up, nice
Very
colours.
cool, yeah. And the angle, like from the below looking up kind of thing.
Good, not great.
Yeah, not great, exactly. There were no greats in this set anyway.
No, they were not. Throw.
Cool pose. Good drawing.
Nice shadows. And a Sork.
Doing a move. Chop that tree in half. Well done.
That it did.
Yeah.
Crocodile, one you moved up.
I did. I like this one. Like the details in the sand going.
It's like it's just jumped into a
Yeah,
sand.
and it just went poof, and then
Yeah.
they captured it at that moment. It's done. Nice.
Alright. Terrakion, I like this one quite a bit.
Yeah, me too. Good. Agreed.
Yeah, it works with even though the hollow background is very boring, the move, the pose,
The framing perfect
yeah,
as well.
easy. Mandibuzz?
Yeah, this one's nice in a simple sort of way. There's enough in it in terms of the details in the drawing, the pose as well. I like the framing of it too. It's not like dead center.
Well, that allows, not having a dead center allows the
Exactly.
the scenery in
Correct.
the back. Yeah, that's
Well
very
done.
cool. This Lullaby, which was the third nominee for the Codgers
Yeah.
Best Non-Rec card.
I didn't realize how dark this card was until I actually saw it again. Like, it's really, really black.
Yes, like the shadowing on the left, particularly.
and the card itself, right?
Yes,
the
yeah.
outside. So I was like, oh, okay. But so it wouldn't be your typical winner, but it's still a nominee.
Yes.
It's very pretty.
Then Zoroark.
Zoroark? Yeah. Zoro, like Zoro and Ark. I don't know. I like the pose. Very cool pose. I would like to see it without the hollow.
I wouldn't.
Really?
I think it would be boring.
Really? Okay.
I think that it gives it some ambiguity in the background, and it's got a little bit of colour going on.
But the pose itself and the detail in it, good enough to be good.
Agreed. Ferrothorn.
This one's cool. This is a very cool Ferrothorn. Obviously, this one has just come out of that.
Ah, that it has. Nice little touch of detail.
Yeah, very cool.
Is that how it moves around?
I guess so.
Cling Clang.
See, a better one. Like, this is done well. And the glow around it's quite nice, and the rocks floating around. Just
that. I quite like this. You did move this one up, and I agree.
Yeah.
Kerbalion.
Yeah, so this was... It's okay. Like, I'm not a huge fan of it.
I like this one more than you do. I feel
Yeah.
like it has that regal pose. Yeah, it's a little bit cut off, and the background is extremely boring. But it makes the Pokemon stand out, as we saw with the Verizian and the Terrakion.
Yeah.
Meh, for me. Fair enough. See, I was like this with the Pidove.
For me, it's the angle, right? It's drawn so well. It's framed quite nicely. It's framed perfectly, really.
But the white on grey on white on grey.
Yeah, but that's what you get from looking up from down and it's a cloudy day. So,
but
the shading's done nicely. And
yes.
The illustrations are always good.
Okay. Braviary. Just did enough to get into it, right?
Yeah, nothing to write home about, but good enough.
Pose, colours, the hollow adds to it, I think.
I think so. Without it, it'll be a bit flat, I think.
Yes, agreed. Thunderous, the full art version. The Thunder makes it cool, as you said?
Yep. You said you wish it was doing more, other than just posing.
Yeah.
It's a very typical Thunderous pose, though.
Yes, that it is.
But yeah, good enough to be good. That's when something great.
Agreed. I've done a lot of agreeing in this. Yeah. Tornadus.
I prefer the background of the Thunderous.
Yeah.
But it makes sense when Tornadus is a wind, air type, flying type. So makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Dave, that was the set for the second time around.
That's it.
One or two you kind of go borderline one way or another,
that's
but
right.
stick with what we did.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Let's move on then, shall we, to the awards?
Oh, yeah.
You happy to do that?
Yes.
Alright, So, previous award winners.
I love this wall. I fall in love with it every single time I see it.
Yeah, you look back and you see really good cards. Really, really good cards. Sorry, we're just sitting here reminiscing as we go through them. Probably should skip. We haven't announced the winner yet, have we?
No, we haven't.
Oh, that's coming up now. So, the phones last week with that Singapore, which was almost a default choice.
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately. This week we have, as the Codgers Award winner for the best non-rare card of Emerging Powers, the Dealing.
Yeah. Very pretty. I think between the three of them, this was the most well put together card, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice, and like enough vibrant colours, nice style.
Correct.
Easy. Then we move on to our
second favourite award.
Indeed, the Professor Oak's Research Award for the worst card of the set. I'd be curious to go and see the base set again and see if there's anything that I'd rather switch out for that Pikachu.
I still don't agree that the Pikachu should be there.
The Venusaur? I'd have to go back and double check. I still, as we've said many times, the background is great, the Pokemon itself, awful. But that's by the by. We skip through these and we'll get to the black and white, the Emerging Powers winner.
Yep.
Which, I actually forgot what it was.
Gothita, sorry, my bad. Nothing wrong. It's not even a bad card. It's just a very average card, I think.
Yeah, we needed a tiebreaker.
Yeah, we went to a third party and got their completely unbiased opinion.
Yes.
Because they have no interest whatsoever.
Looked at the card and said this is the worst of them. Okay, awesome. Let's get to the set breakdown then. We had 98 cards that we went through.
Small set?
Small set. It's nice. It's much better than the 400 cards you get these days. The final points, Dave, after your decisions and everything else factored in,
Not looking good.
it's not looking good. It's actually a grand total of 135.
Oh, that's very bad.
That is quite bad. So, I mean, again, it's not rocket science. It's basically a divided by
0.3 something?
1.378, yeah.
Yikes. Okay. Wow, our second one, like 1 point something.
Yes, so it's
In a row.
obviously, it's not the top 20 or 30 or 40 or... it is in the top 50 for now.
Yeah.
It puts it into 48th spot.
Yeah, so I was wrong. I thought it was going to be like mid-30s, but I was off by what, at least 10?
Yeah, at least 10. Not your fault.
Yeah.
You didn't design the set.
I did not, no. Not a great start to the Black and White series.
Definitely not. No. It's very unlovable.
Quite disappointed.
Okay. Well, Dave, anyway, thank you doubly for your time.
Likewise.
Next week we'll be doing Noble Victories.
Oh, okay. Well, see, I don't want to get excited over the names of these series sets anymore because...
Yeah, I wouldn't if I were you.
Okay.
I can't remember if it's... I think there's maybe one more set where they start introducing a few more full arts. But even then, the artwork thus far has not been great. Like, I know that's always the way in the first few sets of a series.
Yeah, but not that many sets, right? Usually the first base set, and then...
They start to diversify a little bit. This was very much a slight variation on a theme.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Okay. Again, thank you. We'll see you next week.
Yep. See you next week.
See ya.
Bye.